fact that the first change that takes place is in your mind. You have to change your mind before you change the way you live and the way you move. So when we said that the revolution will not be televised, we were saying that that the thing that's going to change people is something that no one will ever be able to capture on film.
If you're a fan of my channel, if you watched my videos before, or you never came across my videos before, you probably are here because you want more in your life. You know that there is more to your life than what the world has told you. You heard about the American dream growing up from your friends or your family, and it sounds cool in perspective, but you don't think that what they're striving for is something that resonates with you. You don't think it's something that you really want to obtain, and that's fine. You know, we're moving past that. We're finding people who want more. They don't want to just take what they're just given. They don't want to just take the crumbs and learn to accept that. They know that there's more out there in the world for it to be discovered and more out there in the world to be experienced. You know, why do some people have to have all the fun and most of the people don't have any of the fun? You know, and I was like this too for myself, because I was like, well, you know, my headphones almost fell. But yeah, I was like this too. I wanted more. So what did I do? I sought out the resources to do so. I hear about manifestation. I hear about the law of attraction. I hear about metaphysics. So what do? I bury myself in the books. I bury myself in the videos and the articles. Everything that I could find that would, you know, teach me what I needed to learn in order to get the things that I wanted. And it was good. And I know a lot of things. I know almost everything. I kid you not. There's not that much that hasn't been told or taught about in the metaphysical self-help community that I haven't read or heard about or understand. So I was like, okay, I got all this knowledge, but it's time to apply it. And I couldn't. and I was so confused, because I was like, yo, I spent all this time learning all these things, and what do I have to show for it? So if I told my family and my friends, they'd be like, okay, but what you got? You know what I'm saying? Show me your manifestation. Show me how all these things worked out for you. And I couldn't. And I was having this dilemma where it's like, okay, I obviously know all the things I need to know, but why it's not being applied. And when I analyzed myself, I found myself having trouble being consistent and being disciplined. I was having trouble staying consistent even when the results weren't showing up immediately. Now, mind you, learning about manifestation and the law of attraction and all these things, it builds a lot of anticipation within you, but sometimes it can get your hopes up, because you think, okay, all this could happen like immediately, because you hear all these stories like, well, yo, I did this, and what did that happen? They just got like money out of nowhere. They won the lottery. They attracted all these things. And you're like, yo, it's lit. Like I'm gonna do this too. But you try after a week or two, and it's like, where is it at? Where is it at? You thought it was gonna be something more linear, and then it wasn't. But it doesn't mean you wasn't doing the right thing. It's just that you got your hopes up, and then you didn't have the discipline to see it otherwise. And that's what really like messed me up, because I'm like, I know what I need to do, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't. And what would happen is I would find myself being consistent for a couple weeks and then falling off hard. And the falling off hard was me trying to be like, oh, I probably was doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I did this so many times that years went by. Years went by, and then now I found myself being closer to my 30s than the beginning of my 20s. I'm like, damn, I have nothing to show for it. And this really plagued me, but it came down to one simple change in how I view things in order to actually get where I wanted to be. As you can see by the title, you only need one day. You only need one day for your manifestations to come true. Now, that might sound counterproductive to what I was just talking about, because I was just saying like, yo, I did this for X amount of time and I didn't get it. So why would I only need one day? Here's why. People always told you, live every day like it's your last. But it's so cliche of a thing that you don't implement it. You don't think that every day is a blessing, which allows you to act like each day is something that you can waste, for example. If you think that tomorrow's guaranteed, you will probably take today for granted. If you think tomorrow's a guarantee, you will probably take today for granted. So because of this, what happens? When we take today for granted, we don't make it the point to be mindful. We don't plan and act accordingly. We don't give it our all. Will there be some days where you just chilling being lazy? Yeah. But that still has to be a deliberate thing. Because there's always something to do, but you have to be deliberate on what days you choose to rest and which days you choose to work. So what I found myself doing, and I think a lot of people do too, is that they view every day as a continuous, never-ending day instead of actual separate days. People wait till the weekend to have fun and be themselves because they treat the whole work week as one long continuous time period. And while it is theoretically, each day is a new day for a reason. Literally, every day that you wake up is a different version of the world and a different version of yourself. Every day you become one day older, so you're not the same person you was yesterday physically. You're not going to be the same person you were mentally, because you might be waking up in a great mood or with a certain thought in your head the other day, and then today you feel the complete opposite, complete vice versa. So each day is completely different. Each day is completely new. But when you don't make each day deliberate, when you don't take purposeful action each day, you create this long, strenuous period of time where you feel like you're in this loop. And what does that do? It kills your ambition. It kills your discipline. It kills your commitment. You don't treat each day like it's a new day. And this is the problem. Now, I understand most people would bet that they would wake up tomorrow, and a lot of people would be correct, but a lot of people won't be correct either. And even if you did win for tomorrow, I know you wouldn't take this bet every day. Why? Because you know that each day that passes by is another day that the chances of you winning your bet decreases. It may decrease by the slightest percent, but it does decrease every day, because we are under the laws of entropy. As soon as we're born, we're on the way to death. It's literally how the world works. We live in a place of duality. So when you have people who don't take life serious, they don't take life as serious as they should, you create these lapses in time where nothing happens. And that's what separates the people who get far versus the people who don't get far. And the way that you need to go about this, and the way that you have to look at this, is stop viewing where you want to be so far away. Stop viewing it like it's this long destiny or this long journey or this marathon or some sort. Because you only have to be that way today. When you pray for something, or even better, let me rephrase that. If you read the Bible, you know that Jesus would say, if you prayed for something, act like you got it. I'm going to have the quote right here. Ask and it shall be given to you. Everybody has heard this, but what does that even mean? Well, it encapsulates my philosophy. Being right today. If you prayed for something, if you meditated on something, if you wrote down affirmations in a journal, whatever method you did, if you don't believe that you have it right now, if you don't believe it's already yours, you probably won't get that. It's okay to have doubt, but you need to understand that you know where you're going and you will get there. And as long as you do what you have to do, you will be there. But now, we all have these very big, illustrious dreams, so they can feel so far away. So how can I feel that I have something today when I can't even fathom how I'm gonna get there? This is how we foolproof it. Because you're gonna have all these blocks on your head trying to understand how these things are gonna happen. But what you don't realize is you trying to understand why all these things are happening or how these things are gonna happen and when it's gonna come to you and when you're gonna get these things. These are all examples of fear acting as logic. These are all examples of fear disguising itself as critical thinking. It's not you being objective. It's your mind trying to rationalize why you wouldn't get it. Why? Because if you put all your eggs into the basket saying you're going to get this thing, you're going to think about your safety. You're going to think about, is it okay to do this? Am I allowed to do this? Is it something feasible? But the fact that you're even trying to think if this is possible is a problem. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. I'm serious. Anything is possible. But every time you try to understand it, it's only you being afraid. If you had full confidence in yourself, if you have full confidence in the God that you pray to, if you have full confidence in the universe, it's going to come to you. And you're not going to question how you get it. Because you understand that how you get it doesn't matter. You wanting to get it a certain way is a byproduct of your ego. Because you think that one is worth more than the other. It's like this, right? Let's say we're both playing a game, and in the game they offer a currency, like virtual currency, like how they do it in 2K, where you can buy your way with the upgrades. You can spend your money on this currency to get the upgrades necessary for your character or for a certain game mode. But you have the also traditional way of playing so many times that you earn this currency manually, you know, like where you're doing it deliberately. You're not paying to play. Now, we both could get to the same ranking in the game, but I might pay for it and you might have earned it. But even that is a trap because, like I said, you earned it. We both got to the same result. One cost me my legitimate money, one cost you your time and your energy. I'm not going to say one is better than the other, and I'm not going to say one is more deserving than the other. We both got to the same way. But the fact that you think that you doing it one way is better than the other, it's just your ego trying to rationalize it. You're trying to bring me down just because I do it a certain way, even though we got to the same path. And that's what the mind would do. So you can't let the mind get in the way for that. You need to take every day as the only day that exists, because that's the only day that it does. You need to take every day and treat it like it's the only day that exists, because it is. Today's the only day for you to be focused on your goals and your dreams. If you act today like it's your last day, if you act today with the same demeanor, attitude, beliefs, and emotions of the person that you want to be, it will carry on into the next day. But that's if tomorrow comes. I'm not even trying to sound pessimistic. I'm trying to let you understand that the more you look at things in a further distance away from you, the less likely you are to reach that finish line. But when you take it a day at a time, what happens is you find yourself being consistent because the task doesn't seem as far away. You just think, oh, I gotta do this today, that's it. It's easier to do a goal for one day only. Now, if you have to do it for 100 days, it sounds more daunting, but it's still one day 100 times. The fact of being consistent scares you because now you think about all the things that come with it. You think about the sacrifices you have to make. You think about the things you have to get rid of, the things that you are going to have to avoid. You have to think about all the things you might miss out on. And why? Why would you think this way? Because it's you getting in your own way. It's your fear disguising itself as critical thinking. Because trust me, if your body feels afraid, if your subconscious mind feels afraid of a goal, it's going to give you every reason possible to not do it. And guess what? It's even worse if you're somewhat intelligent, because now you're going to even have more elaborate ways to trick yourself out of doing what you're supposed to do. Because now you're going to have more complex ways to understand it. And now it's looking like, oh yeah, I'm just being critical and I'm seeing both sides. No, you're not being critical and seeing both sides. You just have great intelligence, and your fear is using your intelligence against you. That's all it is. So, what do? I take every day as one day. Today's the only day I gotta be right. Today's the only day I gotta work hard. Tomorrow's a whole nother day. Tomorrow didn't happen yet. I can't worry about it. And yesterday doesn't exist anymore either. Yes, we keep history through our phones and records, but that don't have to define me. I can always get a second chance. I can always be a new person. But I can only be these things if I be somebody new today. And the way that you come to see that is by me doing my daily deposits of being the person that I want to be. If I treat every day like it's a new day and a new day to prove myself, I'm putting a daily deposit into my bank account worth of my goals. We all have bank accounts that once it gets to a certain amount, our goals will be accomplished. But those things can't grow if we don't put our daily deposits. They can't grow. It's just like a savings account. With the savings account, we all have interest rates. Some might be 2, 3, 4, 5%, maybe even 6%. Who knows, right? But we all know for you to see any true return on your investment, the amount that you have in your account has to be so much that a mere 5% of what you have is still a big return. Because 5% of 1,000 is not 5% of 10,000, or 5% of 25,000, or 50,000, or 100,000, or even a million. When I used to work my old job as a bank teller, I would see people have CDs, certificates of deposits, and some of them would only have like 3 or 4%. But this person would have like 50, 60K in their account. So every month they would get their interest that accumulated throughout the month deposited into their account. And then now it's like 800 something bucks or whatever. A couple $100 of doing nothing. They did nothing. But because they had so much money, that little 4 or 5% of interest gave them 800, almost $1,000 a month. And now imagine if it was 100. I seen people in the hundreds too get thousands doing nothing. So now you have somebody that was able to make somebody else's salary just off of the interest that they accumulated because they chose to put in their daily deposits. And that's how life works. As you get older, you know that you get more successful, but that's only because you put in so many daily deposits that when you get your interest back, it accumulates to a point of a general great return. But that doesn't happen without putting the deposits, the daily work, showing up every day. But like I said, you don't get there thinking that 100K is the goal. You just do what you have to do every day, and then you look up and then you find yourself being at 100K. That's how it works. Your job today is to be the person that you want to be right now. You can't wait for anybody because, like I said, it's not guaranteed tomorrow. Think about all the times you might hear a song or a movie or a TV show where somebody thinks it's their last day. How do they act? They act like their true selves. Why? Because they don't fear the consequence of tomorrow. Does it cause people to act reckless? Of course. But think about the energy that they carry. Think about how motivated and how spunky and how fearless they are. It's because they know that today's the only thing that matters. Now, we don't have to move from a scared point of view or a scared perspective, but we do have to move understanding that this is the only thing that matters. I know you heard this before and it's cliche, but there's a reason why they call today the present, because it's a gift. Today's the only day that matters. Once I stopped looking at things as, oh, I got to do this for 100 days, I got to do this for 100 days, nothing happened. Once I looked at everything from a day-to-day perspective, that's when all the change happened in my life. I look up, oh wait, I just lost like 15 pounds. Oh wait, I just got this many subscribers. Oh wait, I just uploaded this many videos. These things don't happen by thinking like, oh, I got a year to do this, or I got a couple months to do this. No, I just do it every day. I show up every day. And then when I go to sleep, I treat it like the day is over. I treat it like my world is over, almost like, okay, I'm calming down. I'm blocking out everything. I reflect on the day. Did I like how I did everything today? I did. Then I go to sleep. And then when I wake up, what do? I treat like my waking up like something serious. You can't just jump out of bed and get straight to it. It's going to make the day feel like something continuous. Because then what are you going to feel like? Well, I didn't get no sleep. And then what is it going to feel like? It feels like I didn't even rest. And when you don't feel like you rested, you feel like today is just a 48-hour day, then a new 24, like how it's supposed to be. Take everything serious, man. If you want what you want in this life, you have to take it more seriously. And it doesn't mean you got to be this stoic person. It just means you move with purpose, intention, and grace. You move with purpose, intention, motivation, grace, and discipline. Every day, when you wake up, you say your thanks, pray, be grateful, do something, show some type of gratitude. And then when you wake up, don't get on your phone, because it's going to bring down your day. Because today's a day to do something. Today's a day to be something. Today's a day to be somebody and create something. It's a day to change the world. Every day is a new day for opportunity. So if you move that way, you're not going to see the benefits of it. But when you move with that intention and that purpose, like I'm saying, you're going to see the world is your oyster. That's the easiest way to get what you want, by taking a day at a time. It's simple in theory. Can it be hard? Of course. But it requires you being present. You being present is the key to your goals. It's the foundation of all manifestation principles. It's the foundation of prayer. It's the foundation of salvation, enlightenment, being presently aware. The more that you can understand right now is the most important thing you have, everything else would flow into your life. It's as simple as that, man. Don't make it so hard on yourself. Trust me. This is coming from somebody that's read every book, learned everything. I can compete with anybody when it comes to this type of topics. And I can explain almost anything. But if I don't put my daily deposits, I'm not going to have anything to show for it. Because what you might see in front of you, it's not a reflection of what I'm doing right now. It might be a reflection of what I was doing in the past. But what you see in the future is a byproduct of what I did today, and the day before that, and the day after this one, and the day after that one. You know what I'm trying to say? You have the power to change your life, and you know it. But if you don't put in your daily deposits, we're not getting anywhere, my boy. We're not getting anywhere. So treat today like it's the present that it is. Treat today like it's the gift that it is. You'll get to where you want to be in no time. Just do the work today. Be the one that you want to be today. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
I'd like to make you stay. I'd like, if you don't know how.